I will tell you that before he came, being outside at night alone was terrifying. I myself experienced seeing someone in a distance staring at me, and as I walked closer, they completely disappeared. And I heard behind me footsteps when I was walking outside. And I will tell you that they were, in the middle of the night, as clear as could be, the sound of footsteps right behind me. And then you turn around and you see nothing there. Very few things have taught me how to pray the Jesus Prayer like that night. That was a terrifying night. And everyone who was there was experiencing things like this, hearing voices and other such things. What was incredible was, while that was terrifying, we saw the power of Christ, and we saw how much Christ has absolute power over the invisible world. What happened was we did the exorcism prayers for hours. It took hours to go from building to building and do them in every single one. But the next day we had an interesting situation. The night after these exorcism services, some of us were out at night, and we noticed there was a palpable difference. And some people may think this was simply psychological, but I'll tell you it wasn't. Being outside felt peaceful. You wanted to sleep outside under the stars. It just felt completely different. And of course, even we were wondering, is this just psychological? It certainly didn't feel psychological. It felt like this was an otherworldly peace that had entered this area. And then the next morning, something really fascinating happened. Even though this was kind of a secluded area out in the wilderness, we never considered the fact that we rarely ever saw animals around that area. But the morning after the exorcisms, it was like a Disney movie. Deer, owls, rabbits, all over the place. As if nature itself recognized that demonic energy was gone, and they all flooded there. It was one of the most incredible things I've ever experienced. And again, the lesson for me was not to fear the demonic as much as it was as to stick close to Christ, because Christ's power over the demonic was so incredibly palpable. It was an unforgettable experience.
What type of things open us up to the demonic? What are things that we should avoid, in our day-to-day lives that we might not be aware of, that are actually might open up doors for demons to enter into our lives?
Just don't sin and you don't have to worry about it. It's simple. So obviously, whenever we sin, we align ourselves. This is kind of what salvation will be, is one of the ways of looking at salvation is have we aligned ourselves more with the angels or the demons? They're going to argue about what do our souls look like? Do they look more demonic or more angelic? And so, really just struggling in the spiritual life for Christ and constantly seeking His grace and His forgiveness is a protection in and of itself. It's also wise to stay away from any spiritual practices that are not orthodox, especially those that participate in the occult. Some people make light of these things and they don't actually think they're participating in them, the Ouija board and things like that.